improving goodwill between the people of America and other countries, developing a better understanding of cultures, music, and traditions, building cultural bridges. Vitaly, it's all yours.
I will be speaking today about the organization and the program that I'm very passionate about for almost 20 years. Just in the beginning, I want to be clear. It looks like everybody knows and everybody educated about the four-way test and about the programs that Rotary runs. So Rotary has the great youth exchange program, 40,000 students anywhere studying. Successful program as any other government has. This is the Rotary program. Rotary has great GSC, had great GSC program. And as a member of the club in the district, I did host quite a few and travel quite a few groups from different countries like Colombia, Belgium, France, etc. Because in my organization, I have a 15 passenger van, so it was very useful to have when the groups coming in. Rotary has great friendship program. I've been a part of this program just right before pandemic started, and I had a just amazing time in the be a part of this program in Croatia. Program that I'm going to talk about, it's one of those projects that was inspired by Rotarians, started by Rotarians, funded by Rotarians, and run by Rotarians. More or less popular, like Shelter Box or any other programs, because some of the programs start with the power of one man, idea, experience, and success, like polio, how big it can be. So my program about Rotary Children's Fund and its cultural exchange program called Golden Gates. If you would allow me, my friends, I would like to relate my program to the four-way test. I'm very proud to be one of you, one of 1.2 Rotarians around the world. And I'm very proud that I can contribute by being a part of this organization and activity like this one. So is this the truth? My story starts, but to be able to better understand where I'm coming from, I would like to say a couple words about my background, because I was one of the founders. I was born in the Soviet Union, right there on the bottom of Kazakhstan. It's a Muslim country, international community. I was raised there, moved to Russia, got my musical education, music college, music school, music conservatory, got a chance to be part of the famous group, traveled around the world. By 20, I already see all the world, traveling around the world. So one day in 1994, we got a chance to come to United States as a cultural exchange program, and it went very well. After being here, I met so many nice people, and I got some friends who offered to stay a little longer. So staying a little bit longer, playing music, I kind of eventually immigrated to the United States. When I immigrated, I couldn't do anything else. So I put together a music group because this is everything what I learned in my life. And this group became pretty popular pretty quickly. So we got so busy and got the top chart and that type of music traveling through the United States. We would perform every day from New York City to San Francisco, to the Alaska, to Hawaii, to Europe. We were successful in our way. I mean, how successful, you can always compare the successful ship. I would say by performing every day, each of us, we made more money than most people in Russia at that time made per month. So I would consider it successful. We had some contracts with the private parties, organization, Disney World, Dollywood. We've met with and greeted by the famous people through the United States and the world. So it was a great 1994. One day, by the good friends of us, we were invited to the meeting. We didn't have any idea what kind of meeting is this, what kind of people meeting there. But when we came there, we saw the whole bunch of serious people. And it was the Rotary meeting. There's a whole bunch of representatives from Rotary clubs in Russia was gathered, and post-Soviet Union republics, and many Rotary clubs through the United States who had connections with such clubs. So in the things that I heard at that meeting changed my life. We were invited there to put the flavor of Russia to the Russian-American meeting. So we did. After we finished the presentation, as usually it happened in Rotary, we were offered to stay as guests. So we stood as the guests and were witnessing this presentation, this meeting. I'm pretty sure that everybody who is listening presentation right now had your reason to join Rotary. Or you were impressed with the things that Rotary does around the world and you want to be a part of it. Or you found out, oh, it's a Key West Sunrise is the great company, great group, and you want to be a part of it. Many other reasons. but you got as part of Rotary. To me, my reason was right there. I was witnessing conversation when one of the clubs in this crowd will stand up and will say, gentlemen, fellow Rotarians, our club traveled to this place in Siberia. Soviet Union collapsed, new government is not there, people in poor situation, lots of sick people, lots of doctors, their facilities, but they're lacking medical equipment. Is anything as Rotarians we can do to help those people? Okay, thank you. Another club will stand up and will say, yes, we were aware of this situation. We researched that. We have the medical hospital doing renovation, and we figured out and found out we have a $5 million medical equipment sitting in the storage, and we will be happy to donate it to that project, that city. Excellent. What is that? There anybody else? Because it's a medical equipment. I mean, to ship this big equipment, it takes some time and effort. Another club will stand up and will say, our club has connections with the Air Force. Give us 4 weeks, your installers will make it done. Okay, excellent. What's the next thing we can talk about today? When I heard that, it put goosebumps on my skin. I immediately felt I am in the company of great people. People who gathered here not to improve their life, not to entertain themselves, but look for the problems, identify the problem, and have success and experience to deliver help to so many people, make the world a better place to be. To me, it was opening. It was a sign. I want to learn about organization. I want to become a part of this organization. In the future, when I grow up, I want to contribute something by being a part of this organization. It's immediately moved me from living in Boulder, Colorado to Cleveland, Ohio. And people asked me, what happened in your life? I didn't understand the humor, but if you know Cleveland, you probably would. Later on, I did. But to me, as to accordion player, it was not surprise. I mean, it was a pretty logical move. Accordion in the Cleveland area, known as Cleveland as a capital of the world. So I became a member of the 130, 150 Rotary members at the meeting club, Lakewood Rocky River. One of my sponsors was the gentleman, Carl Johnson. I don't know if somebody knows personally Carl, but he was the World War II veteran. He was one of the soldiers who in 1945 on April 25th met with the Russian soldiers on the Elba River. And so many years passed, veterans started to communicate, got connections, and after a little bit, it worked out that our Rotarians and some World War II veterans went to Russia to meet, to visit. They went to Volgograd, former Stalingrad, that was the biggest battle of the World War II. And when our Rotarians went there, they chartered Rotary Club there. It's called Volgograd Rotary Club, became pretty busy and pretty active club. And when the Rotarians from Volgograd started to come to Cleveland, to United States, by being a Rotarian, by speaking 2 languages and having a Russian background, I became a host, translator, driver, and everything else. And I was very happy to participate as much as I could. And when I participated, that I actually saw when people from different sides, different continents, who were divided by the iron wall of the Cold War, got together, they became such a good friends and got such a good understanding between each other that you couldn't anymore to fool them with the propaganda, with everything that media can do to us when we don't have the connection. So to me, it was a sign. By that time, I already had an agency and I managed the groups, choirs on the different continents. I thought maybe this is the chance for me to participate and contribute. And I had an idea, maybe there could be a system for this kind of cultural exchanges. I proposed it to the club, group met, we talked quite a few meetings, and in the end, on August 27, 2003, fully formed Rotary Children's Fund, 501c3 organization that was meant to work, to connect and build cultural bridges between the United States and the world, was formed and started to work. I had a chance to travel and present this program to Rotary president at that time. That was me when I was young. I'm pretty sure he doesn't remember that meeting, but to me, it was a pretty memorable thing. So with that, we'll start these exchanges and people will see that and will say, whoa, such a great thing. How about we'll support you? Didn't happen. We had to put together the groups from different countries, including Lithuania, who young people will put together the program that will represent their culture in a different forms of arts and combine it with all information about history, geography, traditions, culture, and everything, bring them to the United States and kind of manage to tour them around the United States with the presentations. This way we start to convince people and organizations to support us. So the main activity of our organization became the Golden Gates International Cultural Exchange Program, where on the pre-made tours, the groups will travel one way or another. Program that was meant to introduce the different cultures in the United States, let the young people to learn about United States and help other children who cannot participate in this program. We call this program Golden Gates. Why Golden Gates? Not because Golden Gates in San Francisco. No, no, no. Remember, I was living in Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland doesn't have Golden Gate Bridge. Not even because this structure, Golden Gate in Kyiv, Ukraine, it's 1,000 years old, very symbolic structure called Golden Gates. Not even that, because one of the first groups who participated in the program was this one. It's called Zолотые ворота, translated to English Golden Gates. That means sincere, truthful friendship between people and between, in this case, between countries. So we decided to keep this name in the English interpretation, Golden Gates. Is it fair to all concerned? Who concerned here? In this case, participants. Since 2003, we had over 40 groups from a couple dozen different countries who came to the United States from 2 to 5 weeks, traveled from 6 to 14,000 miles through the United States, presented each group up to 50,000 people. So far, since beginning, we presented this program to over 1 million people. When young people will prepare the cultural program about their country, tradition, music, geography, and travel and perform, and start with the public schools, colleges, universities, public events, concert series, performing arts centers, cultural events, and the festivals, and many, many different places. So usual program is pretty scheduled, pretty squeezed. And when they're traveling, they actually go through the different places in the United States, and they learn about United States, start with the historical museums, national monuments, national parks, visiting with the people in the different states and learning true information about United States, because they do break stereotypes. Would it be from Lithuania, from Russia, from Ghana, or someplace else? When people meet them and see talented young people led by Rotarian tell the story and the history about their country, it's definitely break the stereotypes. Their stereotypes breaking too, because most of these young people were born right before or right after 2000. And their stereotypes about us living here in the United States came from Hollywood movies. So we breaking those stereotypes. Most of the times they just fall in love with the United States when they really meet with the people and learn about the United States. Around 65% of all programs through the United States, we present in the public schools. Each group prepared the program in the study guide, and for 2 months, the students in the public schools, colleges, and universities learn about this country. And in the end, when the group come in, they will do the presentation, performance, assembly, lecture, workshop, etc., etc. And pretty much traveling through the United States, we get so much comments from the teachers and from the parents that this is a unique opportunity for the cultural kind of exposure. Every time when each group travel through the United States, we do visit and do the presentation for around 15 to 25 Rotary clubs through the United States. So if the group come in to the Key West, I don't know, we always come as south as Miami, and I would encourage to look to use this kind of a group to bring these programs and for the community, for the school, etc. Because when we travel, we always present these programs in the places that often Rotary clubs do support, one or another school, Boys and Girls Club, or the summer camp, etc. Will it build goodwill and better friendships? What do you think from hearing so far? It's difficult to imagine that this program will not achieve those things when the young people from different countries, very proud to present and introduce their culture in the United States, learn about the United States, and build these cultural bridges. Will it be beneficial to all concerned? I think for the people who participate, this is lifetime opportunity For many of them and some of the countries, the chance to come and see United States is less than the chance to become an astronaut and go to the moon. So they really appreciate it. It's a very squeezed tour, but when we travel, when they see everything, it stays with them for life because it's a great opportunity to see and learn about United States. Pretty often they do stay and accommodated by Rotarians, so they do learn about Rotary during the tour. For the young people in the United States, it's a definitely great window to the world, to learn about the world. And I think we contribute to the public image of Rotary because we do get with each group lots of publicity from the newspaper, from the media, from the radios. We are greeted by the famous people like Lloyd George, Supreme Judge of the Las Vegas, the mayors of the different cities and the different colleges, different universities through the United States, and who supported these programs. Pretty often we actually come and visit with the public officials like Senator Durbin or like some other people like him. So this is pretty much how program goes. Is anybody who is listening to the program had chance to go to the Rotary conventions? Any latest one? Atlanta, Toronto, Hamburg? Excellent. So Jennifer, when you go there, it's a great feeling to be a part of 25, 35,000 Rotarians. You really feel the force there, don't you? And when you know that the Rotary for the last few years, number of years, putting lots of effort, energy, and resources to introduce the mentality, ideas of Rotary to the young people, give opportunity to young people to join Rotary. Same thing you can see at the conventions, more and more lately, when the young people, Rotaractors, will come to the front of the stage, and we need to see that they are part of us, they're here with us. On the latest convention in Hamburg, that big main stage, Rotaractors came in. One day I would like to be there, but Rotaractors will come to the main stage with the flags of their country and will say, we are from this country, Rotary is here, and we are proud to be a part of it. So I think we're contributing to that too, because all those 500 young people who participated in the program came back, they became Interactors, Rotaractors, Rotary exchange students. Some of them joined Rotary. One of the girls, she was here 17 years old. She went back, graduated university, came back here, graduated university here. Right now, she is teaching in NC State, about the house next to me in North Carolina. And just a couple of months ago, had the first child with her husband. So this on the background of me, it's a Rotaract club in Ukraine. After the tour from Ukraine, the young people came in, got in touch with the Rotary clubs in their city, chartered Rotaract club. They already got some prizes to be active. So they already, each time with each country, it's happening something like this. And some organization, cultural arts organization, Rotary club supporting this program, including some checks that we got from a Rotary International Foundation, private foundations, Walmart supports and sponsors some educational programs through the United States. Most of the times we travel like this in a 15-passenger van with the trailer. Pretty much one group travel around, do the presentation, and raise money for the next group to be a part of the similar program, similar trip. I wanted to ask you to imagine yourself in this situation, because vehicle are always a reliable thing when you travel across the sea. Imagine yourself, you are a Rotarian, you're on other continent, traveling for 5 weeks. You have 15 young people from 16 to 21 with you that you're responsible of. You're traveling with the trailer, full van, load up. Traveling through the place like Nebraska. Your vehicle stops on the highway, 300 miles. In the front of you, nothing. 300 miles back, nothing. Your vehicle stops. Everybody goes 80 on the highway, 80 degrees outside. Young people want to eat, drink, want to go to bathroom. Your van doesn't show any signs of life. What you do? Panic? Nah. You just make a call to the local Rotary Club and say, guys, you don't have to. But this is who we are. This is what we do. We got caught in this situation. Is there any chance you can give us a hand? 30, 40 minutes. Few cars will come on the highway, will bring the pizzas, feed young people, accommodate them, help to tow the vehicle, put us back on the road. And this kind of situation will produce the best friendships. great relationships after that, and good friendships will come up, because you really learn who are your friends in this kind of situation, stressful situation. So after hearing so many problems with the reliability of the vehicle over years, and with few stories like this one, few Rotary clubs thrown some few bucks donations, and Mercedes-Benz sign up as a co-sponsor. We got the 2020 15-passenger Mercedes-Benz Sprinter that will serve the program and give us an opportunity to bring these groups to another at least 1 million people in the next few years. So we're just waiting, pandemic ends, so we can continue, start traveling and bring this program to the people and the kids in the United States. And when we travel through the United States, when we raise more money that we need for the next tour, we donate it to and give it to other clubs who do the projects related to children. One of the clubs in Michigan used our money to buy washing and drying machines in Chile. Another club bought the shoes for the all, used our money for the old kids in orphanage in Bulgaria. And we raised and gave away over $100,000. Not just fundraise, we got it by having great time, giving the opportunity young people from different countries to present their country to our children, our people, and learn about United States. We got them educated in Rotary, and we got them into the Rotary after the project. And same time, we raise this money and help somebody else. So when the group comes to your area, I don't know how likely we'll get that far south. I would encourage you to think about to bring them to maybe to host them, or to let them to come to the to be a part of the community. Before they come, they learn the English as second language, and Miami University sponsor them to take classes before they come, so they feel comfortable meeting with you. So by finishing my conversation and my presentation, guys, you're probably getting the impression this is the great fun trip when the young people travel and have the opportunity to see United States, I mean, pretty much for free. Just consider it, how much programs would we do, how busy is the schedule, and what happened. You prepare 6 months in advance, and when you travel, you fold and unfold sound system like few times a day. You travel, you sleep in the sleeping bags, you meet with so many people, somebody breaks the leg. Somebody does some another thing happen. Somebody gets the flu, and everybody gets the flu, but show must go on. Sometimes you travel, van breaks. Sometimes something different things happen, stressful situation. And by being a part of the few groups and traveling with a few groups, I can confirm you 1,000 times. For everybody involved, Rotarians who's hosting, who is helping, supporting, for the participants who are performing and bringing their programs, their information about country, about audience, I can confirm 1,000 times. For everybody involved, this project and this program is truly opportunity for service above self. If you'd like to learn more about the program, there's a YouTube channel where young people share their videos. There's a Facebook. If you like it there, you will learn everything about the program and all the news. There's a website address that gives some information about the program and what will be happening. There's a button. If you feel this kind of program is deserved to survive, keep in mind, we pretty much depended only on the support, and most of the times, of the fellow Rotarians through the world. So we'll be happy to have you on board, and we always appreciate the support. While young people on the background of me will tell you, Rotarians, thank you for that great opportunity to be a part of this program, to see United States, learn about United States and Rotary, and have chance proudly represent their country in United States. I'll be happy to take any questions if you have any.
Oh, that's fantastic, fantastic. Thank you, sir. I open it up to our members on Zoom. Does anybody have a question?
I just want to ask you, did you prepare that video presentation just for this meeting? Because that took hours and hours to put together. Is that something you present at other meetings as well?
Yes, actually, pandemic is bad. Bad because it put us in a virtual world, because we don't have chance to meet in person, but you actually do. Can you imagine 1 year ago, somebody will tell all of us Rotarians, and most of us Rotarians over 40, over 50, that you guys will not meet in person. You will have to go online. open the screen and see each other there. And most people, I will predict, most people will say, nah, you cannot teach new tricks to the old dogs or something like this. Is that right? But right now it's brought us in. So we all learn, we all got involved in the virtual, and I think it's contributes some way for the communication. We got last chance to travel and visit with the people for the pandemic time, but it opens us great opportunity to do this presentation and introduce the idea and the project to the Rotarians, not only around the United States, all over the United States, but all over the world. I'm doing like 3-4 presentations a day. Start with United States, Alaska, Hawaii, Europe, Africa, Asia, and I'm happy to do that.
Well, what you're showing behind you took hours and hours of work. It's very impressive.
Thank you so much again. Is there anyone in the room with a real quick question? Hearing none. Thank you so much. Fantastic program.